lot lately about ASMR, and I started to notice something. It doesn't really all seem to add up. There's a lot of holes in it, and I was poking at those holes. Like first off, just think with me for a second here. It's autonomous, right? Autonomous. Why do you need triggers? Triggers, right? Triggers for something that's supposed to be autonomous, like automatic, right? That's what got me thinking. Something was up. Something's up. So we're gonna debunk ASMR. I don't want to draw any premature conclusions, but I think it's pretty safe to say, with the research I have here, it ain't real. And I know who's behind it. So you gotta dig a little deeper, right? Sensory meridian response. Okay. Sensory. So what is like sensory? Like your senses. So I started looking into the senses. You have two senses here. You smell, right? Smell, and you have taste. These are senses in every sense of the word. They have nothing to do at all with ASMR. Why am I talking about soup? Do you know I'm talking about soup? I don't know why I'm talking about. Discount these two. Does that have anything to do with ASMR? Does it have anything at all to do with ASMR? And it most certainly does not. Soup has nothing to do with ASMR. So why should taste? Soup has nothing to do with ASMR. So taste can't either. It's just completely, it's not correlated, it's not related. There's no relation. There's no relation between the two things. They're totally separate. Think about a sense of smell. Right? No one's saying that you can sniff out tingles. This is not, no one else is thinking that way. It's just not facts. It's not what it is. And you can try to draw a connection. You can really try your hardest. There's just nothing there to support it. We gotta count these two out. Snip it. It's done. There's no link between these sensations and ASMR. It's a cold cup of coffee. I need a new cup of coffee. There's still 3 other senses left, right? You have, well, first off, you have feel. Feeling is an interesting one, because people say that touch, right? Like if you can touch, I can't grab you. I can't grab you through the lens. I can't grab you through the camera. You can touch to stimulate ASMR. But the problem is, if you think about it, right? If you think about it, most people experience ASMR in like a digital setting, right? You don't really have this sense of touch in the ASMR community, right? While you can say that, hey, okay, you know, maybe, feel, touch is valid. We'll get back to that later. Can I touch it? I can't touch it. No, I cannot do that. You can't touch people through a camera. It's impossible. You can try. You can touch the lens. You can tap the lens and everything. It's just not gonna work. You can't do it. You just can't. You can't do it. You can't grab people. You can't grab them. You can't grab people. You can't grab people through a camera. There just really isn't a strong connection here. You can try to connect it to ASMR, but at the end of the day, with all these videos that people say are triggering their tingles, it just doesn't click. It just doesn't click. There's no connection there. There's nothing solid to go off of. Hey, can you feel it? See? feel it? No, right? No, see, you can't feel. You can't feel it. You can't feel anything through a camera. That's not how cameras work. You can't reach out and actually grab. You can't grab somebody through a camera. If we think about it, I discounted it a little bit, but like touching, like so that's supposedly an ASMR trigger, right? But it's a feeling. What else is a feeling? Emotion. Emotions are another type of feeling. I don't need these tingles. I have coffee. See, I have coffee. I know these are loosely drawn, but if it's supposedly like this inner, like warm, little tingly feeling, right? Maybe instead of an actual like touch, it has to do with a different type of touch, an emotion, an emotion. Something I've really been considering. And it might be more to do with this. So you can draw a line here. Now, even though this is kind of slightly disconnected, maybe you can make the argument. Maybe you can make the argument that you can tie these together. But regardless, right? Emotion. Of course, I had to look at this a little more, and I realized that mostly what people are talking about are visual and audible triggers, right? Right? A lot of people say like whispering in your ear, just kind of talking really softly, can stimulate ASMR, right? Just kind of really softly spoken words. Okay, it's just words at the end of the day, because this kind of gets back to that whole like autonomous thing. If it was truly ASMR, if it was truly automatic, wouldn't just someone speaking like everyday language, wouldn't you just be getting these tingles all the time? That's impossible. You hear sounds every day. Sounds every day, everywhere. But it doesn't matter. It sounds really. The fact is that it's really supposed to be this automatic thing, this autonomous thing that's triggered by a sensation, such as whispering, right? Let's put this up on the board. Right? So if we're really gonna draw this connection here, right? You have to say that it's this automatic sensation. Now, there's definitely a stronger argument here, but I really, people whisper like secrets. Someone's telling you a secret, right? Someone's telling you like something that's a private, and they don't want someone else to hear, right? Like a birthday gift or something, and what you got somebody for Christmas, right? And you don't want them to know, and you're whispering. How come that doesn't? How come people aren't just tingling all the time? You know, just tingle. How come it's not tingle town? You know? I don't see any tingles. I can't hear any tingles. I don't hear any tingles. I'm gonna cut it half because I think, okay, maybe there's a slight amount of evidence that you can connect this sensation to ASMR. Okay, I'm gonna make the strongest point possibly for ASMR here. A visual trigger, something that you see with your eye, something that's in your face, something that's really upfront and abrupt, right? Something that's right there. You can certainly make the argument that, you have something like a flashlight, right? Like a flashlight over through a lens. Now that's actually sending some light through. So the whole idea, right, is like, if your pupil, right, and your pupil is like that, or like large, and it dilates, right? Pupil's like, it's wider, especially if it's darker, right? And then it dilates, it gets really tiny. So that's an actual physical response, that we can see like through something like a camera lens, right? It could actually travel through the camera. So there might be some sort of argumentation to be made here. I digress, because I'm going to show you. I'm going to connect the dots. It's all going to come together. Trust me. Just trust me. Okay. Got a few pins. I think I dropped one. I stepped on one yesterday. Oh, you think Legos are bad to step on? You have no idea the true pain. Okay, so I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna connect them together. Okay, right. So I'm gonna say this is a strong connection, right? Right here. We're actually gonna get a new anchoring point. A very strong connection to ASMR, right? You can make this argument. I think it's safe to say it's valid. What else do the eyes do? They look at things. Why? What is beauty? Beauty has nothing to, should have nothing to do. If it's real, beauty should have nothing to do with it. Like the golden rule, right? You have a sense of beauty. Now, if you notice, all the really popular channels for this ASMR on YouTube, what's a common trend? Well, a common trend is that you're gonna find a good majority of them are pretty good looking, right? What does it have to do with looks? It shouldn't matter if you're freaking Cleopatra or if you're a garbage pail kid. At the end of the day, if it's like a sensation, if it's a feeling, if it's this like external thing, what does it have to do with looks? Why is it correlated then in the views like that? Again, it's not all of it. Some of it's different, some of it's different. But I'm gonna get back to that because it's I'm gonna tell you, they're behind it. I know who's behind it. An argument that you can also make, right? That connects the visual triggers, right? That people have to more of a sense of that people want to look at somebody who's like cute, you know, right? So we have to take that into account. That connects here with the visual. I put it together. I figured it out. I know exactly who's been behind all this whole time. The whole time, I know. With the visual stimulus, right? It's important to think about. That's all I'm trying to say. I know who's behind all this. I've been putting it together. I'm gonna tell you. I've cracked the code. We're debunking it. Taking all this into consideration. So really our main links here to ASMR kind of separate from the visual ASMR community. You have touch, but like that kind of linked to emotion, right? It's like a touching thing. You can't interact with people on the other end on a physical pokey poke level. Then you have hearing. So you have like tapping sounds, right? Right. So people they tap on things. They scrape things. Also to something is up. There's something wrong somewhere. There's something wrong here somewhere. You know, the clicking, right? Hey. Sounds. Now, it's kind of a weird thing to say that all these sounds, right? So you have these weird sounds, these really special, unique thing that happens to people when they hear these little tapping noises, right? You have that. You have emotion, people who are really into feelings and just expressing everything, right? And on top of that, you have looks. People who are kind of into looks and a style and like aesthetics and being all fancy. Now what does all this behavior actually kind of sound like? And this is, I figured it out. I figured it out the other day, and I remember I told you. Remember how I said, like, okay, well, you also have, like, into like aesthetics and looks, but then you also have, like, not everyone's always, you know, some people like more like quirky type of things, right? It's not always based off of like good looks videos. Like sometimes people like more like niche type of things. So all these things together, if you kind of mix it all together, you know what you get? You get, I'll tell you what you get. You get hipsters. Hipsters. That's it. This whole time, for years, people have been thinking that there's this thing, this like sensation, right? And we just debunked it. There's no such thing as ASMR. It's a bunch of baloney. There's no truth to it. It's all just a bunch of hipsters. It's a bunch. It's a bunch of hipsters, right? They want to be the coolest, right? They want to be the hippest. Right? And now if you think about it, right, you put the hipsters right here on the top, okay? Right here. What else can you do, right? You have it. There you have it, right? Right? Yeah. You have the hipsters, and it all starts to come together because, you know, the smelling and the taste, these mean nothing. Frog leg soup. It's frog leg soup. Frog leg soup. Soup. You have soup? You want some soup? Okay, soup. Let's go get some. Let's go get some soup. Let's go get some soup. Come on, where's the soup store? Take me to the soup store. Come on. They mean absolutely nothing. They're not relevant to this topic. But if you look at the bigger picture and you look at everything else, it all leads to this, right? And so that takes you to hipsters. That takes you right there, just like I said. What else takes you there, right? Like I was just saying, you have like tap, just even like whispering, right? Like whispering, like quietly and softly. It's something that people normally experience every day. People experience these things. If you say that normal thing that everyone else experiences gives you something like this feeling of like euphoria, and it's so special, and no one else has it, it makes everyone feel jealous. That's what it is. It's basically kind of like a need to be like special and different, right? And that's kind of to make the people stand apart, right? So that links right with the hipsters. It's kind of really soft whispering and stuff. We can look at emotion, like touching, tap. When you consider that, and I think that's the strongest case. Maybe not the strongest case, but it's definitely like the second strongest case. They're all into like feelings and emotions, and that's what it is. That's what it all is. You can look at it. Everything starts at this thing called ASMR. It all leads back. It all leads straight back. Anything that's relevant to it, all will lead straight back to hipsters. It's been hipsters the entire time. I am telling you, it's been hipsters. It's been hipsters. Hipsters. There is no ASMR community. There's just hipsters. There's just hipsters. I rest my case.